What's happening, beautiful people? I hope you guys are doing awesome on today. It's your boy, Character Brown, your relationship expert. And today, I want to talk to you guys real quick about, is my lips ashen? No, they good. I want to talk to y'all today about speed, right? And the reason why I want to talk to y'all about speed specifically is because we as a people in society right now, I think and feel like we move it too fast. And so if we're Christians, then we have a responsibility and requirement to move at the pace of Jesus. Why? Because Jesus Christ is our tangible example of what it looks like to live life and to live life right, live life properly, and live life in a successful way from a biblical and Christian perspective. So right now, the wife and I both actually are reading a book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And the book is basically talking about how busyness and hurry is the Antichrist and the Antichrist to your spiritual life. Because if you look at the times where you don't invest the proper time with God, it's simply because you're moving too fast, you're doing too much, and you're not allowing yourself time to actually spend time with Jesus, right? So he talked about how hurry is the Antichrist, right? Now, when we look at life, or we look at the speed of life, once again, I believe that Jesus is our greatest example of how we're supposed to live our life. So let's look at Jesus' speed, right? And there's two scenarios that I want to hit on. One, the first scenario is this. When we look at the Bible and we read about the situation where Jairus came out to Jesus and told him, hey, my daughter is sick, she's dying. Can you come to my house and heal my daughter, right? Jesus is like, cool, I'm on my way. So as they're walking to Jairus' home, the woman with the issue of blood, she touches the hem of Jesus' cape. And Jesus paused while he's on the way to heal Jairus' daughter that's dying. Jesus paused and said, yo, who touched me? The disciples are like, man, we in a crowd of people. Everybody touching you, Jesus. And Jesus said, no, somebody touched me because I felt power leave from me. Right? This touch is different because of power left from me. And so the woman with the issue of blood said, hey, it was me. Jesus said, hey, because of your belief, yo, you healed, queen. And so people came and said, hey, Jairus, your daughter is dead, right? And Jairus looked at Jesus and said, hey, what's the point of you coming? It's not even the point of you coming anymore, Jesus, because my daughter is dead. Jesus said, hey, don't worry about it. She sleep. So they went to the house. Jesus saw all these people around Jairus' daughter playing music, talking, all this stuff. And Jesus like, yo, get out. Right? She is not dead. Get out. The people laugh and like, what? She out. She dead. They laugh and they leave. Jesus says what he says, and Jairus' daughter wakes up, right? And so she was dead, woke up, right? Mind you, once again, she died as Jesus was on his way to her, but Jesus had stopped to have a conversation with the woman with the issue of blood. And then it's like, dang, Jesus, she done died because you stopped to talk, right? So hold that thought. Now let's jump to another situation. Let's look at my man Lazarus, right? Mary and Martha came to Jesus and was like, yo, like, Lazarus, your friend, the one you love, yeah, your boy, he dying, right, Jesus? So come on, let's go handle it. Jesus like, all right, cool, my boy dying. Let me stay where I'm at one more day and then I'll be there, right? So he stayed where he was at one more day. Then he started walking. And then it took 3 more days for him to actually get there. And on his way there, if you read, Jesus was talking to his disciples, said, hey, Lazarus is dead. Like, it ain't no dying. Like, Lazarus is dead. And so the reason why Lazarus is dead, he won't be dead forever. He's going to rise again, right? He was like, yo, this situation is for the glory of God. So yes, he's dead, but he is definitely going to rise again. And so Jesus is walking as he gets close to when Lazarus is dead. Martha comes out first and was like, hey, if you were here, if you acted faster, then Lazarus, who you love, would still be alive. And then Mary came out and said, hey, if you were here, Lazarus, your friend, the one that you love and care about, he would not be dead. And they said, hey, Jesus said, yo, don't worry about it. Like, he's going to be resurrected. And this was good for me, so I gotta say this. He said, yo, Lazarus will be resurrected again. And Martha said, yeah, we know he will be resurrected in the last days. And Jesus said, no, I am the resurrection. Jesus said, no, I am the resurrection. So he about to come up. So Jesus went to the tomb, yo, Lazarus. Well, Jesus wept first. Then he said, yo, Lazarus, come on, man, stop playing, man, let's get it. And so Lazarus came out. And so in both of those situations, the people in the environment looked at Jesus and said, hey, don't even worry about coming no more. Like, because you delayed, because you took your time, they dead. But then Jesus got there and raised her from the dead after they had died, right? So remember, we talked about speed, right? When we look at the speed of Jesus, what we'll realize is that the speed that he was moving at was slower than the speed that people assumed that he's supposed to be moving at. One more time. The speed that he was moving at was slower than the speed that people felt like he should be moving at. Because of the severity of the situations, people said, hey, Jesus, you need to be moving faster than this, because if you don't move any faster, then the people that you love or people in general are going to die. Jesus said, hey, I'm good because I am the resurrection. So he walked, paused, and then walked some more. The girl with the 12-year-old girl died, but then he raised her from the dead. He walked, stayed another day, stayed 3 days. In total, I believe it was like 4 days after I read it again, that Jesus delayed going to my man Lazarus. And so Mary and Martha pissed off because like, hey, Jesus, you tripping. You wasted all of this time. You moving slow and stuff. And now Lazarus has died. But Jesus raised him from the dead. Now, this is what we got to understand, beautiful people. If we look at the testimony that came from these situations, the testimony is not that, hey, Jesus came to my daughter and healed her. The testimony is not Jesus came to Lazarus and healed him. The testimony is my daughter was dead and Jesus raised her from the dead. The testimony is Lazarus died and Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. So the reason why you need to slow down in your life is because as you choose and try to speed up your actions and speed up your plans and speed up and move fast and hurry and activate busyness in your life, you have to understand that you're hindering the testimony. If Jesus would have got to the little girl when they wanted him there, it wouldn't be a testimony of he raised her from the dead, but more so he healed her. If Jesus would have got to Lazarus when the people wanted Jesus to be there, the testimony would have been, hey, Lazarus got healed by Jesus. The testimony is now, it wouldn't have been he got Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. The testimony would have been, hey, Lazarus was sick, Jesus healed the sick. And so God needs you to slow down and stop rushing and stop being busy, because as you slow down, you set up the more powerful and the more impactful testimony. Right now, when we look at the hurry that we as people live by and that we live in, instead of hurry that we live in, and we look at Jesus, we see it's not the same thing. And so you have to ask yourself, okay, got it. If Jesus was walking this slow, if Jesus walked everywhere and accomplished everything he was supposed to, but I'm moving fast and I'm always hurrying, like what is the difference between Jesus and I? What is the focus of Jesus that I must not have? And it's as simple as this. When Mary and James, when they lost Jesus for 3 days, I'm tripping. So my bad, y'all. So let me rewind real quick because I got my numbers mixed up. So the situation with Lazarus, Jesus waited 2 more days. This was a situation where it was 4 days, because it talks about when James and Mary, they had traveled with their family back home for a day. Then they started looking for Jesus, and then it took 3 more days for them to get back to where they left, right? So that was 4 days. My bad. Didn't mean to throw y'all off. And so when they got back to Jesus, he's 12 years old. He in the temple. They're like, yo, like we've been looking for you. Like, what's going on? And Jesus like, yo, why would you be looking for me? You knew I had to be about my Father's business. And that's the difference, y'all. We're not about our Father's business. We're about our Father's busyness. And really, it ain't even our Father's busyness. We're about our busyness rather than being about our Father's business. And the difference between busyness and busyness is a why. Yes, the letter, but then along with that, the why behind it. Why are we so busy? Why are we just going, doing, rushing, hurry? Because we're trying to get to a promise while at the same time avoiding the process of being prepared for that promise. But then along with that is this. The reason why we're in a hurry is because we feel behind. And the reason why we feel behind is because we're comparing our now to somebody else's present. And because we're comparing where we are currently to where somebody else is currently, that's killing everything. It's killing everything. And so what we have to understand as Christians is that we're supposed to be about our Father's business, not busyness. And you also have to understand that the hurry that you live in your life is the Antichrist, because that hurry and that rushing energy that you live life from is keeping you from accomplishing and doing all that God has for you, and is killing the testimony that God wants you to have. So the message behind all of this is this: slow down. Be about your Father's business. Slow down. Stop moving so fast. Stop always hurrying. Stop always rushing. Stop always trying to do everything fast. Slow down and give God the permission, one, to take you through the process that you need to go through to accomplish what you need to accomplish. But then along with that, slow down so that the testimony that God desires for you to have can actually happen. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. I hope it bless you. If you don't already, follow me on all social media platforms. I'm at The Character Brown. And I hope y'all have a blessed and productive day. Peace out.